Okay, so the last video we were talking about leashes, collars. We were talking about the Easy Walk harness, which is my favorite harness for walking strong pulling dogs so that we don't have to pull on their necks for years and hurt them and create tension. The Easy Walk harness is the harness that attaches in the front, not on the rear, okay? But we've already done something on Easy Walk harnesses, and again, those are for strong pulling dogs, usually 30 pounds and up, 40 pounds and up. So today we're going to talk about harnesses for small dogs who are too light to pull you anywhere. You do want to protect their throat and not hurt their windpipe. So we're gonna do that. Although they can still have regular collars for identification. For walking them, we're going to try other little harnesses. So here's our first little puppy here. Okay, this little puppy came from Animal Alliance. This Sunday, we picked up a few animals from Animal Alliance for adoption. This one actually just came to us yesterday. And first thing we do is we try to get a nice little harness for him. So this is just one that we had. Didn't buy it for him. It's kind of cute, but you know, again, I can attach the leash here and have him with me. The way this harness works is it just has a couple Velcro straps, and it's actually pretty easy to put on. I don't mind using something like this because it hugs the patient and it has it up here. The problem with this though is it's kind of bulky, and puppies are teething from the age of about 10 to 11 to really 12 weeks is when it starts to really kick into gear, to about 6 months. So if I leave this on this puppy too long, he'll start to try and chew on it. But it's fine for having a leash on him, taking him for a little walk. But I worry about Velcros pulling away and dogs slipping out if he were a really, you know, really kind of hyperactive little puppy or really pulling. But for little dogs, the first couple weeks, I think that don't pull, I think it's a fine little harness. What harnesses need to be is safe and easy for you to put on, okay? So that's that kind of harness. Again, everybody knows my the harness that I like the best for little small dogs. It's one that only has one clasp. It's easy to put on. It kind of contours to their body. This one here is called a size right harness. And actually we have a size right harness right here on this little puppy. So this little puppy right here has a size right. They come in different sizes. You can get these online. You can go to a pet store. They're hard to find at a pet store, so online is probably your best way to go. But again, it contours to their back. It slips over their head. This is an extra small, obviously. These three puppies here are all from Animal Alliance and they're siblings. Okay? This one got adopted recently by this guy. This one's going to be adopted by another employee of ours here. And this one's still looking for a home. But anyway, this size right, also called Lil Pals, L-I-L Pals, goes over their head, and then you've got one little clip. One little clip. Then you do one more loosen, and this is good to go. For little dogs who are a little fearful, you're getting them used to you, you're doing a lot of leash training, you want to keep it on for the day so you don't have to keep taking it on and off so you can do a lot of leash walking, perfect. I highly recommend it. It's my favorite one, okay? Now, if you go to the pet store though, they have all these kinds of harnesses, right? Funny little contraptions, got multiple things on here. It gets really complicated. I don't like them because people don't like them. They get raveled. You guys know how strings and ropes kind of ravel. Sometimes these things kind of twist. I think they're a waste, but that's up to you. This one here, you got to size them correctly, you know. I mean, who wants that? Then you've got this, and this is a really important harness to talk about. I like this. This is a harness that I would use more for safety in a car. You could put, the one thing we're not talking about enough, guys, is seatbelt laws for dogs. We don't have them yet, but we should. More people are texting and driving. We're having more accidents than ever before. People are protected, but these dogs should never be loose in a car. If you ever have a dog loose in the car, they can get killed. It also causes more of an anxiety experience for them, because if they're up and down, they don't know, should they go off the seat, down to the seat, should they climb over to you? It could be a real danger. So never have your pet loose in the car. You should always have them seat belted. They may need a different harness for seat belting than they do for walking, and definitely different for in-house leash training. So keep that in mind. So this is good. You can actually, they make latches that you could put into the seatbelt and latch, kind of carabiner onto this. Or you could actually sometimes put the regular seatbelt through this and kind of clip it in. But that's for that. This would be for a leash. This is, actually Embark makes this one, but I like this one because you can put 2 leashes on this dog. If you had a really big puller, you could put a leash on the front, like an easy walk harness that I like. And then you can put another leash back here. If we're not a real big puller, you can put the leash here. If we are a big puller, you put the leash in the front. So Freedom Harness makes also another harness where, again, it's kind of a 2 leash kind of thing if you have a really big, strong pulling dog. So anyway, we talked about small, different harnesses. We talked about bigger harnesses. We talked about seat belting your dog. We talked about that even though you're using harnesses, you just want to make sure it's easy and safe, but that they can also have a collar for identification. And the one last thing, don't forget, is all dogs and cats should be microchipped. One pet is saved every 6 minutes, reunited with its owner because of a microchip. It costs $49 to do. Your veterinarian can do it at any time. Usually we're doing that around 6 months of age while they're getting spayed or neutered. If you do it earlier, you can, but sometimes they can just, we're usually doing it around 6 months. So really easy to do. If your pet isn't microchipped, please ask your vet to do that. Thanks.